What if I told you that one person from this cast vanished so completely from public life that even die-hard fans have given up trying to find them? While another quietly became one of the most watched actors on the entire planet, FOYLE'S War was the kind of show that crept under your skin without you ever quite noticing. Set in wartime Hastings, it followed a quietly brilliant detective navigating murder, betrayal, and the grinding moral weight of a world at war. And it did it with such understated dignity that it ran for 13 extraordinary years. Before we get into where everyone is now, I need to warn you that one story on this list is going to stop you cold, and it is not the one you would ever expect. If you have ever spent a Sunday afternoon completely lost in this show, stay with us, because this one is for you. Number 1, we have a man who spent more than a decade playing the most quietly authoritative detective on British television, and who has somehow become even more of a mystery than the cases he solved on screen. That is Michael Kitchen as Christopher Foyle, the understated heart of all 28 episodes, from 2002 to 2015. He was 53 when the show began, and is 77 today. He has been married to Rowena Miller since 1988, and they have 2 children together. He almost never gives interviews, almost never surfaces publicly, and has built an entire career on the radical idea that the work speaks for itself. For fans, that silence is not frustrating, it is part of the magic. Some actors become legends by chasing the spotlight. Michael Kitchen became one by refusing it entirely. Number 2, we have someone whose quiet menace on screen hid a career so rooted in craft and discipline that she has earned the kind of respect most actors spend a lifetime chasing. That is Ellie Haddington as Hilda Pierce, the sharp and guarded intelligence officer whose loyalties always sat just out of reach across 9 episodes. She was 47 when she first appeared in 2003 and is 71 today. She built her foundation in theater, moving fluidly between stage and screen across her entire career. And like Kitchen, she keeps her personal life sealed completely away from public view. 2 of the most private people in British television sharing the same show for years. That cannot be a coincidence. Number 3, we have the kind of actor who makes a character so dependable and likable that you genuinely forget you are watching someone perform. That is Anthony Howell as Sergeant Paul Milner, Foyle's loyal right-hand man who appeared across 21 episodes through 7 series. He was 30 when the show launched in 2002 and is 54 today. He brought a grounded everyman warmth to Milner that the show leaned on constantly, and after leaving, he continued building a steady and varied career across British film and television that proved his range extended well beyond the solid reliability he showed for years. Quiet consistency is its own kind of brilliance, and Anthony Howell never stopped proving it. Now, right here is the entry you need to pay attention to, because it is the most unexpected real-life partnership that came out of this entire cast. One of the actors on this list married a fellow performer, and together the 2 of them became one of the most celebrated on-screen couples in Welsh television history. That is Molly Harries as Jane Milner, Sergeant Milner's wife across 4 episodes, adding gentle, emotional depth to one of the show's most important relationships. She was 25 when the series began, and is 49 today. She has been married to fellow actor Matthew Grohl since 1999, and together they starred in the acclaimed crime drama Hinterland, earning significant critical attention and reaching an international audience that neither could have predicted when FOYLE'S War first aired. 2 actors, 1 marriage, and a second career chapter that neither of them saw coming. If you love discovering stories like this, subscribe and come back, because we drop new stories like this every 2 days. Number 5, we have someone who managed to turn a complicated father-son relationship on a wartime drama into a launchpad for one of the most quietly impressive dual careers in British performing arts. That is Julian Ondon as Andrew Foyle, Christopher's son across 8 emotionally rich episodes. He was 25 when the show began, and is 49 today. He married opera singer Kate Royal in 2010, and they have 2 children together, a partnership that puts 2 of Britain's most admired performing careers under the same roof every single evening. Beyond FOYLE'S War, he has built a reputation as both a screen actor and a concert performer, releasing critically praised albums and selling out venues across the country. Some people find their second act. Julian Ondon found an entire second world. Number 6 we have. And stop for a second when you read this name, because this is someone who went from a 2-series supporting role in a quiet British wartime drama to appearing in 2 of the most globally talked about television productions of the modern era. That is Jay Simpson as Sergeant Ian Brookie, the no-nonsense police sergeant who joined in Series 4 across 7 episodes. He was around 40 when he joined in 2006 and is 60 today. Since leaving FOYLE'S War, he has landed roles in both Chernobyl and Black Mirror, 2 productions that attracted enormous worldwide audiences and critical acclaim far beyond British television. Think about that. From wartime Hastings to 2 of the most discussed shows on the planet. That is a career pivot worth pausing for. Number 7. We have someone whose most recent work has brought her to the attention of an entirely different audience from the one that watched her close out FOYLE'S War. That is Hermione Gulliford as Elizabeth Addis, making a strong impression across 3 episodes in the show's final 2015 series. She was around 44 during production and is 55 today. She has been married to Alistair Graham since 2000, and they have 2 children together. Her theater credentials are particularly impressive, including significant work with the Royal Shakespeare Company, and television audiences will recognize her from her recurring role as Roxana Macmillan in the long-running medical drama Holby City. Every career has chapters. Hermione Gulliford's next chapter turned out to be longer than most people expected. Number 8. We have someone whose intensity on screen carries a story behind it that almost no viewer would ever guess, and he has spoken about it publicly precisely because he wants people to know. That is Tim McMullen, as Arthur Valentine, the quietly menacing intelligence operative across the show's final series from 2013 to 2015. He was around 50 during production and is 63 today. He has a rare genetic condition called blepharophimosis syndrome, which affects the appearance of his eyes and gives him his distinctively intense gaze. He has never hidden it and never allowed it to limit his extraordinary career range. The thing he chose to be defined by was never what he was born with. It was always the work. Number 9, we have the story with perhaps the most delightful real-life twist of anyone on this entire list, and you are going to smile when you read it. That is Jeremy Swift as Glenville Harris, the quietly watchful character across 6 episodes of the show's final series. He was 53 during production and is 65 today. He has been married to actress Mary Roscoe since 1992, and here is where it gets genuinely charming. His wife plays his character's wife, Julie Higgins, in the global smash Ted Lasso, the show that earned Jeremy an Emmy nomination for his role as the lovable Leslie Higgins and introduced him to millions of new fans worldwide. Married in real life, married on one of the biggest shows on television. Some love stories write themselves. Number 10, we have an actor whose post-FOYLE'S war career quietly landed her in 2 of the most prestigious British productions of the past decade. That is Alex Clatworthy as Charlotte, appearing across 3 episodes of Series 8 in 2013. She is estimated to be in her early 40s today and has kept both her personal life and career updates well away from public attention. She is perhaps best known to wider audiences for appearances in both The Crown and the long-running police drama The Bill, building a screen career with the kind of patient consistency that rarely makes headlines but always impresses the people who notice. Drop a comment below and let us know which cast member's story is surprising you the most. We read every single one. Number 11. We have a man whose ability to occupy figures of power and authority has made him one of the most recognizable faces in prestige, British, and international television. That is Rupert Vansittart as Sir Alec Mearson, the authoritative and faintly suspicious establishment figure who looms over the show's final 2 series. He was 55 during production and is 68 today. He has been married to actress Emma von Zittard since 1987, and they have 2 children together. Fans of prestige television will know him instantly from both Heartbeat and Game of Thrones, where he slotted into roles of power and command as if he had been built for them. 13 years since FOYLE'S war ended. It genuinely does not feel possible. Number 12. We have one of those actors whose face you know instantly, even when the name takes a moment longer to place, which is, in its own way, the highest compliment you can pay a character actor. That is Jeffrey Freshwater as Sergeant Rivers, the dependable police officer across 5 episodes in the show's 2nd and 3rd series in 2003 and 2004. He was around 57 during filming and is approximately 80 years old today. Over a career stretching more than 4 decades across British stage and screen, he became absolutely indispensable to the kind of television that simply would not function without performers like him. He has kept his personal life entirely private throughout. Some people build monuments. He built something quieter and far more lasting. Number 13. We have someone whose post-FOYLE'S war leap is, without any question, the single most dramatic career jump on this entire list. That is Daniel Wayman as Adam Wainwright, Sam's devoted husband across 6 episodes of the show's final series. He was around 35 during production and is 48 today. Since FOYLE'S war, he landed the role of the Stranger, later revealed to be a young Gandalf, in Amazon's colossal production The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, one of the most expensive and globally watched streaming series ever made. From 6 episodes of a quiet British wartime drama to one of the largest audiences in streaming history, that is not a career step. That is a different universe entirely. And then there is number 14, the one that was always going to be the hardest to write. There is one name left on this list that carries something heavier than a career update. Because behind the warm and beloved performance, there is a real human story that reminded everyone watching how thin the line between a beloved public figure and a person in genuine pain can sometimes be. That is Honeysuckle Weeks as Samantha Stewart, the spirited, warm-hearted driver who stood alongside Michael Kitchen across all 28 episodes and was, for many fans, the beating heart of the entire series. She was just 23 when filming began in 2002 and is 46 today. She was married to hypnotherapist Lauren Stormont Darling from 2007 until their divorce in 2019, and they have 1 son together. In 2018, she made headlines after she went missing for several days in Brighton before being found safe, a deeply frightening episode that her family addressed publicly and that her fans followed with collective dread and then relief. She was 23 years old when she first climbed behind the wheel of that car. The girl who drove FOYLE everywhere carried more than any of us ever knew. Share this video with someone who grew up watching this show. They deserve to know where everyone ended up.